Imagine this for a second. You are in your home, the one you chose, the one with the creaky floorboard you know how to avoid, and the kitchen window that catches the morning sun just right. You've lived here for decades. Your children grew up here. Your partner passed away in this very room. Now, imagine someone telling you that because you're getting older, because your knees ache a little more, you have to leave. They say it's for your safety. They say it's for your own good. And they hand you a brochure for a nursing home. For millions of people, this moment is the beginning of the end of their independence. It's a slow, quiet surrender. But what if I told you that the entire system has it backward? What if staying in your own home on your own terms isn't just a pipe dream, but actually the healthiest choice you can make? The way we think about aging is broken. We've been sold a story that says as we get older, we inevitably lose control. We lose our homes, we lose our routines, we lose our sense of self. But that story is a lie, and today we are going to dismantle it, piece by piece. There's a terrifying moment that happens when you start to realize you can't quite manage everything on your own anymore. It's the moment you look at the stairs and see a mountain instead of a staircase. It's the moment you realize you haven't talked to another human being in 3 days. It's the moment you're too tired to cook a meal, so you just don't eat. Most people wait for this moment to make a decision. They wait until they're scared. And when we're scared, we make bad choices. We choose the first option presented to us, which is usually the most visible, the nursing home. But here's the secret. The world of senior living is a massive iceberg, and nursing homes are just the tip. Beneath the surface lies a world of innovation, community, and freedom that most people don't even know exists. Before we dive into those options, I need you to understand something crucial. The fear that drives you to a nursing home is often the very thing that will kill you faster than any disease. When you lose control over your environment, your body releases a cascade of stress hormones. Cortisol floods your system. Your immune system weakens. Your blood pressure becomes erratic. Your brain begins to atrophy faster. This isn't just philosophy. This is biology. The alternative isn't just about comfort. It's about survival. Let's look at the first trap people fall into. It's the notion that you only have 2 choices: total isolation at home or total care in a facility. This is what psychologists call a false dilemma. It's a binary that forces you into a corner, but the reality is that human beings have thrived in networks for millennia. We are social animals. We were never meant to be alone. But we were also never meant to be institutionalized. The solution lies in a concept as old as humanity, but we've forgotten it: community. Think about the most terrifying part of living alone at an advanced age. Is it the physical tasks? Often, yes. But more often than not, the terror is the silence. It's the unshakable feeling that if you fell down right now, no one would find you for days. This is where our first option comes in, and it's one of the most brilliant innovations in elder care that hardly anyone talks about. The Village Network. Imagine a neighborhood watch program, but instead of looking for burglars, they're looking for you. They're driving you to the doctor. They're fixing your leaky faucet. They're checking in just to see if you're okay. These are grassroots organizations. They aren't government programs. They aren't faceless corporations. They are groups of people, often your neighbors, who have banded together to support each other. You pay a modest annual fee, and suddenly you have access to volunteers who provide transportation, minor home repairs, grocery shopping, and even social events. The genius of this is that you are in control. You decide what help you need. You decide when you need it. The village doesn't come into your home and take over. It empowers you to stay in your home by filling in the cracks. There's a woman in Washington, D.C., 87 years old, who uses her local village network. She has a volunteer who drives her to her bridge club every Tuesday. Another volunteer installed grab bars in her shower. When her computer broke, a tech-savvy teenager from the network came over and fixed it. She pays less than $100 a month, and she gets to live her life exactly the way she wants. That is power. That is independence. Intelligent independence through technology. We've all seen the commercials for home health aides. A nurse comes in, checks your vitals, and leaves. It feels clinical. It feels transactional. But that's the old model. The new model is something we can call intelligent independence. Technology has evolved to a point where we can monitor a person's health without intruding on their life. You can have a blood pressure cuff that automatically sends readings to your doctor. You can have motion sensors that detect if you've stopped moving, alerting a family member if something is wrong. You can have a small, discreet button around your neck that isn't just an emergency alarm, but a direct line to a care team who knows your medical history intimately. A nurse might come by twice a week to check your medications, but the rest of the time, you are left alone to live your life. You sleep in your bed. You drink your coffee in your favorite mug. You watch the birds in your backyard. When you maintain your routine, your brain remains active. Your circadian rhythm stays regulated. You sleep better. Staying in your home isn't just emotionally beneficial, it's physically therapeutic. A study from the University of California followed seniors who used remote monitoring. They had a 40% lower rate of hospital readmission compared to those who didn't. They had fewer falls. They reported higher levels of satisfaction with their lives. So you might be thinking, okay, I can get a home aide, I can join a village, but I'm still alone. The silence is still there. And you're right. That leads us to the most radical and arguably most powerful option that is sweeping the country. Senior co-housing. This isn't a nursing home. This isn't a retirement village with a golf course. This is a community designed by the people who live there. You have your own house, a private sanctuary with your own kitchen, your own living room, your own space. But around you, maybe 12 or 20 houses, are other people in the same stage of life. You share a common house, a place where you can have dinner together, a place where you can play cards, a place where you can just sit and be in the presence of other people without having to talk. You aren't forced into activities. You create your own social fabric. One day you might bring a pie to the common house. The next day, a neighbor might ask for your help planting tomatoes. The day after that, you might just wave hello from your porch and feel a sense of belonging. Research on loneliness is damning. Loneliness is as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases the risk of dementia by 50%. It shortens your lifespan. And yet, the solution is so simple. It's connection. It's knowing that the person next door isn't a stranger, but a friend who will notice if your lights don't turn on in the morning. There's a co-housing community in Colorado called Silver Sage Village. They have 16 homes clustered around a common house. They eat dinner together 4 nights a week. One resident said, "I used to worry about what would happen if I got sick. Now I know my neighbors will bring me soup. I don't have to be scared anymore." Multi-generational living with boundaries. The old way was moving in with your kids. You become the grandma in the guest room. You feel like a burden. You feel like a visitor in your own life. But there's a new way. Imagine redesigning your current home. You have a separate entrance. You have a small kitchenette. You have your own bathroom. You have grab bars in the shower, not because it's a hospital, but because it's safe. You are connected to your family by a corridor or a shared wall. You can be part of the chaos of life. You can hear the grandkids laughing. You can have dinner together on Sundays. But when you want to retreat, you have your sanctuary. The risk of falling, which is the #1 reason people lose their independence, is mitigated by the environment. Your daughter can check on you without intruding. Your son can fix the leaky pipe without you having to call a stranger. I spoke to a family in Texas who built a small guest house in their backyard for their mother. She has her own entrance, her own kitchen, and her own living room. But she walks through the garden to the main house for dinner every night. She watches her grandkids play in the yard. She told me, "I have my own space. I can close my door and read my book, but I know they're right there if I need them." Adult Day Health Programs. What about those days when you're not quite sick enough for the hospital, but you're not healthy enough to be home alone all day? There is a solution that has existed for decades but is vastly underutilized. Adult Day Health Programs. Don't think of this as daycare. Think of it as a community center that happens to have medical staff. You get dropped off in the morning. You have breakfast with a group of people. You do physical therapy. You work on puzzles. You eat a lunch tailored to your dietary needs. You get your medications administered by a nurse, and then, at 4 p.m., you go home. This provides structure to your day. Depression thrives in unstructured time. When we have nothing to do, we ruminate. We think about our aches and pains. But when you are engaged, when you have a purpose, your brain shifts into a different gear. And the best part? It gives your family a break. Caregiver burnout destroys marriages, destroys health, and destroys the relationship between parent and child. Adult Day programs allow your children to be your children, not your nurses. There's a woman in Florida named Margaret. She's 79. She goes to an adult day program 3 times a week. She told me, "I used to sit at home and cry. I felt so lonely. Now I have friends. We laugh together. And my daughter isn't so stressed out anymore." Now, the secret to making all of this work isn't just picking one option. It's about building a constellation of support. You might have the Village Network for transportation. You might use Adult Day Health for socialization. You might have a home aide come by twice a week for cleaning. You might have a grandson who mows the lawn. You are the CEO of your own life. You are managing your care. You are in charge. In a nursing home, you are a patient. Your day is scheduled for you. Your meals are chosen for you. You lose agency. Agency is the feeling that you have control over your own actions. When you lose agency, you lose the will to live. But when you are the CEO, you are empowered. You are making decisions. Even if those decisions are as small as, "I want to wear the red shirt today," you are exercising agency. There are studies that show giving a nursing home resident a plant to take care of increases their lifespan. Just that small responsibility. Imagine the increase in well-being when you are responsible for your entire day. Imagine you are 85 years old. You live in a co-housing community. Your house is designed with smart technology. The lights turn on automatically when you get up at night. The stove turns off automatically if you forget. You wake up in the morning. You make your own coffee. You walk over to the common house for breakfast. At 10 a.m., a bus from the Adult Day Health Center arrives. You do your physical therapy. You have a nice lunch. You come home at 4 p.m. You go to bed knowing that you are safe, you are engaged, and you are free. This isn't a fantasy. This is happening right now. We are in the middle of a revolution in aging. A silent revolution where people are saying, "No, thank you. I will not go gently into that good night. I will not give up my dignity. I will not surrender my home." The options we've discussed are not just alternatives to nursing homes. They are affirmations of life. They are ways to say, "I am still here. I still matter. I still have a place in this world." The very thought of moving to a nursing home is terrifying, and it should be, because it represents a loss of self. But you don't have to be scared anymore. You have a map. You have a strategy. The first step is to reject the dichotomy. Don't accept the premise that you must leave your home if you need help. Embrace the premise that you can bring the help to your home. Let's talk about the financial side. Many people think staying at home is more expensive than a nursing home. In many cases, it's not. A private nursing home room can run over $10,000 a month. Compare that to the cost of hiring a part-time aide, joining a co-housing community, or an adult day program. But more importantly, it's an investment in your quality of life. What is the price of waking up in your own bed? What is the price of being able to look out your window and see your garden? We spend so much time worrying about the cost of things that we forget to value the things that money can't buy. And that brings us to the most important element of all, the story you tell yourself. As you age, you will face challenges. Your body will slow down. You might lose friends. But the story you tell yourself determines your reality. If you tell yourself, "I'm old, I'm useless, I need to be taken care of," that is what will happen. But if you tell yourself, "I am experienced, I am wise, I am resilient, and I am part of a community," you will adapt, you will overcome. We are not victims of our age, we are survivors. We are the people who have already made it through the hardest parts of life. The nursing home model is based on fear, fear of falling, fear of forgetting, fear of being alone. But fear is a terrible foundation for a life. What if we built our future on hope instead? What if we built it on connection? What if we built it on community? The options are there. They are in every city. But they require you to be proactive. Don't wait for the crisis. Don't wait for the fall. Don't wait for the diagnosis. Start planning now. Talk to your children. Look into the village network in your area. Research co-housing communities. Call your local area agency on aging. Do not go quietly. You have a right to your life. You have a right to your home. You have a right to your independence. The world might try to tell you that you're too old, too fragile, too much of a burden. But you know better. You know that you are a force. You know that you have survived everything life has thrown at you so far. And you will survive this. Take charge. Build your network. Stay connected. Stay in your home. Stay in the game. Your independence doesn't have to end just because you need a little help. It just means the game has changed. And you, more than anyone, know how to adapt. The alternative is a room that smells like antiseptic, a room where you don't know your neighbors, a room where you are just another patient on a list. Choose your home. Choose your life. Choose your community. It's your life. It's your story. Don't let anyone else write the ending for you. You deserve better than a nursing home. You deserve a life of dignity, connection, and purpose. Go out there and build it.